What are they doing right?
Keith Price of Deloitte said, public membership in these types of groups, he specifically cites CERT and FIRST.org, exhibits a harder target for bad actors. Think NATO. If you let the enemy know you stand together and will respond as one, it sends a powerful message. And Mehmet Yilmaz said, why do you think many kinds of animals travel in herds? So I'm going to throw this to you, Alan. Do you think the animal traveling a herd metaphor holds here when we're talking about threat intelligence? And how powerful do these organizations sort of send a message to the black hat community?
Right. Regarding the herd metaphor, I thought that one through for a little while. And I thought, you know what, we've got a better and stronger metaphor than that. Because ultimately, the problem with herds is the weak are the ones who get picked off, right? Like, yes, the herd runs together, but with the herd metaphor, the predators are always looking for
But the weak ones get picked up, but the weak ones can also be protected.
Yes, that's true. That's a fair point. But the analogy I thought of was, I don't know if you guys have seen any of these modern fireworks shows that are done with drones instead of fireworks.
Yes.
Where they're in perfect synchronicity and suddenly there's a flag in the sky and suddenly there's a statue in the sky and suddenly there's an explosion in the sky. And that degree of coordination is far advanced beyond what a herd is capable of. And to me, it's more that kind of metaphor that we can all of us be in sync, like truly in sync if we do this right. And to that comment about the organizations, I think it's a critical thing to join every one of these organizations you can to get this threat intel, to get those sources. I don't know that it's an intimidation factor against the bad guys, though. I wish it was. I wish it was more of a NATO type proposition where simply being a member of CERT, the bad guys are like, oh, crap, they're with CERT. Let's go hack the other guys. But I'm not sure that really happens, although maybe a certain amount of public activity in that space might sort of trigger that kind of response. It's almost like the guy with the burglar alarm sign in his house, in front of his house. It's going to be his neighbor who gets broken into. I think there might be a certain amount of that, but I don't know how much.
All right. Well, so let me ask you, Joel, do these kinds of organizations, does the herd metaphor work? I love the analogy you have of the drones and synchronicity. What do you think, Joel?
Yeah, and we keep seeing this with threat actors, right? So Maze Ransomware, the hacker group, and you mentioned black hat hackers, they keep coming back and saying that they just want to show that the system's unreliable, right? That cybersecurity is weak and that they're here to just exploit it and show people how unreliable cybersecurity organizations are. And this is really where it comes back to the herd mentality.
So it's a lot of chest pounding?
Oh, tons of it. And you have to understand that we are more secure together, right? The quicker we can share intelligence. And we also have to take it a step further, right? Alan mentioned his drone analogy instead of the herd, but we're no longer talking about just IOCs, right? We're not talking about just domains and IPs. We really have to start understanding the behaviors these attackers are using and be able to share those behaviors in a more reliable way, right? These IOCs, these indicators of compromise, it's really looking at the past, right? Things that have already occurred. But as you guys know, these black hat hackers, it takes 15, 20, 30 minutes to tear down infrastructure, throw up a new domain, set up your C2 server again, and you're back at it, bypassing security controls. So being able to understand those behaviors is going to be key for survival, trying to bring it back to your herd mentality.